Kia's three-row crossover just keeps getting better. For 2019, the biggest noticeable changes to the Sorento are revised front and rear fascias, which we feel are smoother and more upscale, though not drastically different from the outgoing model. Likewise, the revised interior would not seem out of place to previous Sorento owners. We noticed a new steering wheel, seats, and back controls, but to discover the biggest changes for 2019 you have to scratch the surface. All V6 models now come equipped with an 8-speed automatic transmission. The 2.4-liter four-cylinder car still makes do with a 6-speed automatic, though we didn't have a chance to drive it during our visit. Pricing for the Sorento starts at $25,990 for the base L trim with FWD. The 2.4-liter four-cylinder engine is good for 185 horsepower and 178 pounds-to-foot of torque. While we didn't have a chance to sample this engine, we assume it would be adequate, if not slightly underpowered for the roughly 3,800-pound SUV. Even the base L trim comes standard with 17-inch alloy wheels, LED positioning lights, intermittent wipers, tilting telescoping wheel, 40-20-20 folding second row, 50-50 folding third row, 7-inch display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, 3 power outlets, steering wheel audio controls, and keyless entry. Stepping up to the LX trim for $27,490 adds an acoustic front windshield, seat back pockets, 2 rapid charge USB ports, power windows with auto up, down, blind spot warning, and rear cross traffic alert. The LX trim can also be ordered with a V6 engine for $31,290, and includes 8-way power driver seat with lumbar and dual-zone automatic climate control. We'd highly recommend stepping up to the mid-level X V6 for $35,590, which adds 18-inch alloy wheels, fog lights, 7-inch trip computer, auto-dimming rear mirror, heated leather seats, leather wheel and shift knob, third-row air conditioning controls, and a smart tailgate. The X trim also adds most of the important safety features including rear park distance warning, forward collision avoidance with pedestrian detection, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, and smart cruise control with stop and go. Go nuts with the options like on our SX Limited test car with the V6 and AWD, and the price can balloon up to around $48,000. We greatly enjoyed the luxurious touches on the SXL like the second-row sunshades, 10-way power adjustable seats with Napa leather, seat ventilation, perforated leather steering wheel, Harman Kardon audio, heated steering wheel, and heated second-row seats, but we'd save around $10,000 and take the X trim. As much as we'd love to recommend the SXL, not everyone is willing to shell out nearly $50,000 on a decked-out Kia. For most people, the X trim will do nicely and comes with the features we value most. The 3.3-liter V6 produces 290 horsepower and 252 pounds-to-foot of torque and a 5,000 pounds towing capacity going out through an 8-speed automatic to FWD or AWD. The drivetrain is remarkably smooth and composed. We asked Kia why it decided to still include a V6 when so many competitors have switched to 4-cylinder turbos, and we got a simple response: it's what our customers want. It's hard to blame them, because the smooth power delivery of the 3.3-liter engine made us yearn for the days when SUVs had nice-sounding V6 engines instead of buzzy 4-pots. Fuel economy isn't terrible, with EPA ratings of 19/26/21 of a mile per gallon city/highway/combined. Those EPA figures go down by 2 miles per gallon on the highway with the AWD. This V6 is nowhere near as throaty as the twin-turbo unit found in the Stinger, but it does produce a nice noise at full tilt. The Smart Shift and Drive feature allows you to choose from Eco, Normal, Sport, and Smart modes. We didn't notice any huge differences when we threw the Sorento in Sport mode, but the car did seem more eager to downshift on throttle tip-in. The steering did get slightly heavier in Sport mode, though it is hard to notice a major difference. We left the Sorento in smart mode most of the time, where it shifted between normal and sport depending on how we were driving. The Sorento is not the most powerful SUV in the midsize segment, but the power is perfectly adequate and the driving dynamics are smooth and refined. The steering provides just enough feedback to not be soul-crushing, and remains light enough to keep the Sorento highly maneuverable in parking lots. The Mazda CX-9 is a far sportier experience, though we doubt too many three-row SUV buyers are making their purchasing decision based on sportiness. If that's the case, be sure to check out the Dodge Durango SRT and its massive 475 horsepower V8. The Sorento remains a winner due to its well-balanced nature and overall refinement. On the inside, the Sorento is well laid out and spacious. The controls are easy and intuitive, and Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are standard on top of Kia's generally excellent infotainment. The Sorento makes up for some of its cheaper components with a lovely gauge cluster that both looks great and provides clear and concise information to the driver. Ergonomically, we noticed that getting into the standard third row was slightly tricky with the cargo cover in its first position, though it could be repositioned or removed to make accessing the third row simpler. Once in the third row, the 36.3 inches of headroom was perfectly adequate, although the 31.7 inches of legroom was a bit tight for someone of adult size. The second row was perfectly roomy with 39.4 inches of legroom and the ability to slide the seats backward and forward. Cargo capacity behind the second row is competitive at 38 cubic inches, though that figure shrinks to 11.3 cubic inches with the third row folded up. Based on our short drive, we imagine that the Sorento will serve nicely for families with 2 or 3 children, who will occasionally use the third row. The Kia Sorento was always a strong competitor in the midsize SUV segment, and with the improvements for the 2019 model year, Kia has given buyers more of a good thing. Thanks for watching.